Well, welcome to the Week 8 edition of the Expert Analysis here on NewOrleansSaints.com. I'm John DeShazier. As always, we are brought to you by Microsoft Surface. And because the Saints had such an overwhelming victory, 24-0 over the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday at the Caesars Superdome, we are going to double your pleasure on this one. We're going to give you a defensive play, and we're going to give you a great offensive play. So sit down, relax, and here we go. Now, here's the situation now. This is the defensive play. The score is 7-0. Saints lead, obviously. First play of the second quarter, and the Raiders probably sense, well, we might need to get something going offensively here. So it's 3rd and 1 from their own 46-yard line, and they are attempting to get into scoring range. But this guy right here, Marcus Davenport, will make one of the best individual plays that you will see in a game. The guys you want to pay attention to, obviously, Marcus Davenport. Here's Davante Adams, one of the best receivers in the NFL. Jet sweep guy. Tight end Foster Moreau, who's trying to provide the deception. And this guy right here, Josh Jacobs, running back. The previous 3 games had run for 433 yards and 6 touchdowns, 6.4 yards per carry. But the Raiders decide to try a little deception, and Marcus Davenport sniffs it out. So we're going to let it go here. And Davenport, you see him standing as opposed to with his hand on the turf. And we're going to freeze it right here. Now, they go for the cut block, but unfortunately for the Raiders, Kolton Miller does not get Marcus Davenport on the ground. And watch again this great individual play. It happens really quickly. Marcus Davenport with a stick, and we're going to let it go as he jacks up Davante Adams for a 1-yard loss. Again, we'll see Marcus Davenport right here lined up. We'll see Miller attempt to get him on the cut block. We'll see Davante Adams come on the jet sweep, and Marcus Davenport will have none of it. We're going to let it go right here, and Davenport really is going to do a great job of not losing his balance, not being knocked off his feet, not going after the potential deception, and making a play. Here is your offensive play. Now, here's the situation. Saints are 1st and 15 at the 16-yard line of the Raiders. And they're 1st and 15 because they just picked up a false start penalty. It's really difficult to pick up 15 yards in the red zone against a good defense. But the Saints are able to do so, and they do it in the best possible way. Guys, you want to pay attention to? Running back Alvin Kamara, tight end Juwan Johnson. Here is the linebacker for the Raiders, who is probably responsible for Alvin Kamara, but there's going to be a really nice job done by Juwan Johnson. And of course, if you're going to have a scoring play, you've got to pay attention to the offensive line. We're going to let it roll. Saints are 1st and 15. Of course, 7:23 left in the second quarter, lead 10-0 at this point. So here we go. Alvin Kamara lines up, and of course, he's going to go out for a pass on this one, had 2 receiving touchdowns. And we're going to freeze it right here because Juwan Johnson makes contact with this linebacker, and that gives Alvin Kamara all the space that he needs. Look at this. And Alvin knows better than just about anyone what to do with that kind of space. We're going to let it go. Freeze it right here. Now here, you would think, surrounded, he would not be able to get into the end zone, but watch the nose for the goal line by Alvin right at the goal line as he's hit by this defender. We're going to let it go. Hit right here and stretch. Touchdown. All you have to do is break the plane of the goal line, and that's 6 points, ladies and gentlemen. So again, Juwan Johnson plays a critical role because he's going to occupy this linebacker whose responsibility is Alvin Kamara. He gives that little bit of space, and that's all Kamara needs on this play. We're going to let it run all the way through, and of course, you get it to him this quickly. Offensive line gets the blocks. There's Alvin on the choice route. He comes through, breaks a couple tackles, gets to the goal line. You see the extension, scores. That was 1 of 3 touchdowns on Sunday for Alvin Kamara, who is now 1 touchdown shy of tying Marcus Colston for the all-time lead in touchdowns scored by a Saints player. So 2, he takes the lead. 1, he ties Colston. This one is good enough to give the Saints a 17-0 lead. And that is your expert analysis here on NewOrleansSaints.com.